Hey there. So I decided to just read a few pages from my memoir. Alright, so for those who don't know me, I'm Reverend Edmund Smith, and this is my latest book, my third book, Memoirs of the Ex Transgender. Prologue. The birth of a child. It was close to midnight. The streets of Malacca were deserted, its inhabitants fast asleep, worn out from a day of celebrating the nation's 13th independence from the British. As the clock struck 12, 31st August turned to 1st September, the end of a long weekend holiday. In contrast, Malacca General Hospital was abuzz with activities, day or night, weekend or weekday. Public holiday or not, the hospital had always been a hub of action. This was where lives were saved, lives were born, and lives ended. In the labor ward of Malacca General Hospital, a new life was soon to be born. Lying on the delivery bed was an exhausted young mother. She was only 21, yet already a mother of 3 tiny tots, now giving birth to a 4th. Urged on by the medical staff, she continued to huff and puff, anxious to hasten the birthing process and finally get some rest herself. Just hours earlier, she had been cooking dinner and cleaning the house when her water broke. It had indeed been a long day, stretching well past midnight. "More, push, more," urged the doctor. The birth pains were excruciating. Each time she exhaled, it felt as though her life was slipping away. Physically, she was exhausted, but in her heart, an excitement was building. She would soon meet her long-awaited daughter. Finally, a sweet princess to hold in her arms. "Push! Push harder!" Again came the chorus, this time from the nurses. The young mother moaned and groaned, huffed and puffed and pushed. First the baby's head, then the body, and finally the legs. A baby was born, a perfect child, blessed by God. It was 1:27 a.m. A quick glance at the child's anatomy, and all our eyes rested on the little organ sticking out from below the torso, in between the legs. "It's a boy," declared the doctor, anticipating that the young mother would respond with jubilation. But no! Oh no! There was no joyful excitement. The young mother stared at the tiny organ in between the baby's legs, then whispered quietly but audibly, "Not again?" Her disappointment was obvious. So was her husband's when he found out later. 9 months of high hopes were dashed by the disclosure of the baby's sex. One tiny organ was all it took. One tiny organ. That was the story of my birth. Yes, I was the baby born with that organ. It's astounding how a tiny organ could be the source of so much agony and pain. First, it was the heartbreak of my parents' dashed hopes. Eventually, as I grew, it was the root of much of my own deep anguish in life. I was ashamed of it, detesting it with every fiber of my being. I spent years consumed by thoughts of how to hide or remove it. It took years of tears and healing before I finally embraced that organ and my identity associated with it. Today I can declare with confidence that I am indeed fearfully and wonderfully created by God. He made no mistakes in making me a male. My journey has been painful, but it has also been beautiful. This is the story of my journey in life. My journey from a transgender to now an ex-transgender. Disclaimer: this work is based on my memories of past events, places, and conversations. Some names and details have been altered to protect the privacy of individuals and maintain anonymity. So that's the prologue of my book, my latest book, Memoirs of an Ex-Transgender. Yes, I was transgender once upon a time. So I will continue reading few pages at a time to share with you guys. God bless. Bye-bye.